Have you ever been scrolling through social media, maybe late at night, and you come across a video? Someone's listing symptoms for ADHD or anxiety, or maybe even something like burnout, and you find yourself nodding along, thinking, wait a minute, that sounds exactly like me. If that's happened to you, you are definitely not alone. It seems like everywhere you look online, there are quizzes, infographics, and personal stories about various mental health conditions. This trend of self-diagnosing has absolutely exploded. On one hand, this is incredible. For generations, mental health was something whispered about behind closed doors, if it was discussed at all. The fact that we're now having open conversations, sharing experiences, and raising awareness is a huge step forward. It's breaking down stigma and helping people feel less isolated in their struggles. Seeing someone describe the exact feeling you thought you were the only one experiencing can be so validating. It can give you the language to understand your own mind and even be the first step towards seeking help. Many people have said that a social media post was the final push they needed to finally book an appointment with a therapist or a doctor. It gave them the courage to say, I think something is wrong and I deserve to feel better. However, there's a flip side to this trend that we really need to talk about. While these online resources can be a great starting point, they are not a substitute for a professional diagnosis. Think about it this way. A real diagnosis is a complex process. A trained professional, like a psychologist or a psychiatrist, spends years learning about the human mind. When they assess someone, they're not just looking at a checklist of symptoms. They're looking at your entire life context. They ask about your childhood, your relationships, your physical health, your sleep patterns, your work life. They need to understand the duration, severity, and impact of your symptoms. One of the biggest dangers of self-diagnosis is the problem of overlapping symptoms. So many different conditions share similar traits. For example, difficulty concentrating. That could be a sign of ADHD, but it could also be a symptom of anxiety, depression, a thyroid issue, a vitamin deficiency, or even just chronic stress and lack of sleep. If you latch on to the first explanation you see online, you might miss the real root cause of your problems. You might start trying ADHD-specific coping strategies, but if the underlying issue is actually anxiety, those strategies might not work, or could even make things worse, leaving you feeling more frustrated and hopeless than before. Another issue is the nature of social media content itself. These platforms are designed to be relatable and engaging. A content creator might share the most common or dramatic aspects of a condition to get more views and likes. This can lead to a simplified, and sometimes even inaccurate, portrayal of what it's really like to live with a particular disorder. Mental health conditions are incredibly nuanced and look different in every single person. What you see in a 60-second video is just a tiny, curated snapshot. It doesn't capture the full clinical picture. This can lead people to either over-identify with a condition they don't have, or to misunderstand the severity and complexity of it. For instance, someone might see a video about quirky ADHD traits and think it's relatable. But they might not see the debilitating side of ADHD, like the inability to hold down a job, the constant feeling of failure, or the strain it can put on relationships. This can sometimes trivialize the experiences of those who have a formal diagnosis and struggle daily. It can turn a serious medical condition into a personality trait or an online aesthetic, which isn't helpful for anyone. So, what's the healthy way to navigate all this information? How can we use the internet as a tool for empowerment without falling into the trap of misdiagnosis? The key is to see it as a starting point, not a finish line. If you see content that resonates with you deeply, don't just stop there and declare, I have this. Use it as a clue. Use it as motivation to learn more from reliable sources. Look up reputable mental health organizations like NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, or the mental health section of the World Health Organization's website. These places offer information that's been vetted by experts. The most important step, though, is to take that information to a professional. Write down the symptoms you're experiencing. Bring up the video or article that resonated with you. You can say, "I saw this online, and it really described how I've been feeling. Can we talk about this?" A good healthcare provider will not dismiss you. They'll see it as a valuable starting point for a conversation. They can help you sort through the information, conduct a proper evaluation, and guide you toward the right diagnosis and treatment plan if one is needed. Remember, a diagnosis isn't a label to stick on yourself. It's a tool. It's a tool for understanding, a tool for treatment, and a tool for getting the right support. Self-diagnosing can feel empowering in the moment, but it can also lead you down the wrong path, causing confusion and delaying the help you actually need. Let's use the incredible awareness being spread online as a bridge to professional care, not a replacement for it. Your mental health is far too important to be left to an algorithm. If you're struggling, please know there is help available, and you don't have to figure it all out on your own. Seeking a professional opinion is an act of strength and self-care. It's the best way to ensure you're on the right path to truly feeling better. Thanks so much for watching. If this video was helpful, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more conversations about mental wellness. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.